Hello, everybody. What's going on? What's new and exciting? It's almost 7 o'clock. I just wanted to turn on a little bit early for people to sign on and get ready for growth and mindset mini masterclass that I am having tonight. Woo! And my husband is making chicken nuggets. Sometimes you can't plan this any better. I tried to chase him out of the house. I'm like, go walk the dog, like for an hour. Totally didn't work. I mean, he walked the dog, but he came back right in time for this live. So I have her clip-clopping around downstairs and him cooking chicken nuggets. Whew. So if you sign on, say hello, where you're from, what's on your mind or anything like that. Sometimes it's really hard for me to see the comments on my iPhone because when I tried to do this on my computer, Facebook wouldn't allow me to go live. So awesome. So we had a quick pivot, and so now I'm down here on the floor where I usually do most of my Instagram lives, but you know what? It is what it is, and tonight is just a casual and just relaxed kind of coaching. First of all, just to get to know me. I know many of you have watched a lot of my information on my other page, which is Jenny Jordan. This is my coaching page. So yeah. Welcome to the Coach Jennie. The Coach Jennie is my bread, my butter, my joy in life because it is my coaching business. I started the Coach Jennie in about 2019, months before a pandemic, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take this thing on the road. It's gonna be super fun, and then good old pandemic. But honestly, what was really cool about the pandemic is that it showed us how people can go online and meet people all over the world and continuously help people learn, grow, develop, no matter where they are. And that's what I loved about online coaching. I spent 17 years in the healthcare world as a crisis therapist, as a counselor, social work, did the whole gamut of things that you could possibly think of in the healthcare world. It's to the point that it's just extreme burnout. When people say, oh, I work 40 hours a week, I was probably working 60 to 80 just because of the genre that I worked with was pretty intense. But I love helping people, and I will always have that bug. As a little child, I always wanted to be a school teacher and just continue to mold minds. I am very infatuated in how the mind works and how it makes everything process. Hey girl, welcome to the live. So I'm just kind of getting into it, talking about where my coaching business came from, a little bit about me and how I'm getting started. Yeah, I just am infatuated with the mind and how it works. And this infatuation came from my visual impairment. That is right. I was born half blind, so this eye here does not work all that well. And in the best terms that I can explain it, other than using really long doctor words, is that I have a pinch optic nerve. So when you see images that come in through your eye, the images are backwards and then it hits your brain and your brain turns them over so we can process the image. Well, the images would come into my eye and it's very blurry, which is super good because my brain doesn't know how to flip it over. So I spent a lot of time with vision therapy and try to make this eye stronger. But unfortunately, if you take a straw and you pinch it, it doesn't come back right. So I learned how to adapt as a young child because I was half blind. That's the only way to explain it. People say what it's like to be visually impaired. I would tell people it's like putting a piece of wax paper over your eye that you could still kind of see shapes and colors and movement, but it wasn't clear. So I am left eye dominant, which is awesome. It is part of my story. It is part of who I am today and how I became a coach, an athlete, a mentor, a wife, just a beautiful soul, because I had to go through hell and back many times with my story. And it's been an adventure. I am 44 years old. I say that all the time. I just had a birthday in September, so September 3rd I turned 44. But back in the day, there was no resources, there was no help, and you had that mentality of you just suck it up, buttercup. You don't get help, and you just kind of deal with what you're dealt with. So growing up as a kid, being partially blind, you didn't tell anybody, and it really hindered my education in the aspect that I had a hard time learning because I wasn't comprehending the information coming in. So as I was learning and growing as a child into an adolescent, into an adult, it was really hindering my confidence, my ability to embrace who I really was. Nevertheless, being half blind, 6'3", and I'm not the skinniest person. I'm 225 pounds. And this is something that I always struggled with, was body dysmorphic issues and weight and trying to fit in. All my friends, I swear, were like, hey, Cammie. All my friends were like little Care Bears. That's for you, Cammie. They were super tiny. And then I was like, you know, really big compared to everybody else. So it just really set me in a tizzy. I remember my dad bought me, this is my age showing right now, a cassette tape series from Tony Robbins called Awaken the Giant Within. And I was like, literally, did it say giant? It was like, you're an ass, thanks. But I listened to this cassette on my yellow Sony Walkman. So if y'all had that, pumps up for that. And I burned those cassettes up because I listened to them all the time, every day I possibly could, because Tony had something, he knew something, and I wanted it. And that it was confidence, that it was being who I was and embracing who I wanted to be. And at the age of 14, I really had this huge mindset shift of, I need to be me. I can't be like everybody else because everybody else isn't like me. They're not half blind. They don't have my story. They don't have my journey. And I really started taking on this different persona. This persona was Jennie, and I liked it. I liked being a little bit more sassy, a little bit more confident, because this is who I was, and this is who I needed to be for me. It was just a beautiful adventure, going through college and playing volleyball at the national level, and going to the national championship, playing all these things. Never told anybody in my schooling or college that I was visually impaired. So that's always part of my story, that I just was kind of quiet about it because, one, I wanted to prove to myself that I didn't need the resources, even though right now I wish I had the resources as a kid. I wonder how that would hinder my life a little bit. So after college was over, I was just done with sports. My body hurt so bad, I was just over it. And that's where a lot of things started kind of falling apart. I think at that time I already had like 6 surgeries between my shoulder. I tore my shoulder at the national championship. I had a couple knees. It was just a mess. Just being a collegiate All-American is awesome when you're young, but when you're like 20 years later, it's a hot mess and your body is like revolting. My body dysmorphic issues started creeping back in because I started gaining weight, and I was like a mess for like 5-6 years. The pivot point of my health journey started where my dad took a picture of me, and I talk all about this openly. Is we went to a ball game, a baseball game, like a semi-pro game, and he took a picture of me like with a camera Like he had to develop the pictures. And I remember he got it developed and he gave it to me. He's like, Jenna, you look so cute. I looked like a thumb. I had on these really big sunglasses and I had like all these chins. I had rolls. I cried. I like took the picture and I like cried. And my dad's like, Jenna, but it's such a cute picture. And I'm like, it's a horrible picture, like horrible picture. And if you like scroll through my Instagram, you can totally see it. And I knew right there and then I had to make a change. I had to make a lifestyle change, just a complete different change, because I was going down this rabbit hole of health in the wrong direction. And that's where everything in my whole mind, body, and soul started to change. I was like, I went back to exercising. I sought out help in diet nutrition because I was like, really, there's something wrong with me, and learned that my thyroid, which I knew as a young adult, was completely out of whack, like 10 times the limit that it should be. Had to get back on the medications and just kind of work with professionals to help manage my weight, my mindset, my everything. And once I started like just working on everything, it started to fall into place. That's where everything just completely pivot. It opened up that world of health and fitness. When I was like 22, I was like, I'm never doing this again. I hate it. Like, it's awful. I remember my doctor telling me that I needed to find something, sports that I love. And I married my best friend George, and he is awesome. He is a cyclist as well. So he's like, babe, you should try cycling. And I was like, oh no, like I'm blind. Like you don't do that. So it took him a couple of years to convince me to bike. And when I got back on that bike, it was just amazing. It was amazing to be free. And I fell in love with cycling, and it's been downhill ever since. So I am considered an adaptive athlete. I do have sponsors. Actually, I had this shirt on today because it was on the top of the pile. But Clean is one of my sponsors, and Frey Skincare. You know, I did my giveaway with Frey not too long ago. But everything changed with my mindset, and that mindset was building confidence. And confidence starts within. And it is just that revelation when you have something so pivotal and something so, hi Debbie, something so devastating to you that you need to make a change. And there's periods of my life that these things happen, and we all need to change. And I hope that none of you ever have to go through something that's so devastating that you need to change. But today I want to talk about just a few different things. First, we're going to talk about like a little bit of mindset and growth. We're going to talk about fixed mindset, growth mindset, developing that mindset, staying proactive versus reactive. And a few simple mind hacks that we can use to move forward. So let's get started. So that wasn't so bad. All right. I'm trying to keep on time. So confidence starts within. We need to impress ourselves and not other people. That is the number one thing. We continuously try to make other people happy, our spouses, our coworkers, our boss, our community, by being someone we're not. We continue to go on the Instagram and Facebook and be like, wow, I want to be just like X. That's great. You can totally idolize somebody, but don't forget you need to put your flair on it. I love Tony Robbins. I love Mel Robbins. I love Jamie Kern-Lima, Brendan Bouchard, all these people I worked with in the past and currently work with as part of my coaching. And I take all these tidbits from them, but I turn it into my coaching, but with my own flair. These are things that I learn, and I ball it all together, and then I give it to my community. We always need to reward our efforts instead of the outcome, because once you feel happy about yourself and happy about the journey, you're going to be more excited about the end result. because we're so focused in here that I need to lose 10 pounds, or I need to be the #1 seller of doTERRA or whatever. I need to, be the best cyclist out there. I need to be. We need to enjoy the journey, because we will kill ourselves to get to that result. To find out once you're on the top, there's a new set of problems, a new set of things that we have to deal with that you didn't even think about. And believe me, I went through this, going through healthcare, and I was like, wow, I got promoted to a supervisor. This is amazing. Oh, I can kick back and give all my plans to everybody else. No, honey, that was a shitstorm waiting for me. And I was like, oh my God, this is like terrible. Like, just worked so hard nonstop, and it was really making me like insane. That's why I'm like, I love all you nurses, healthcare workers out there, because I've been there and done that. I have my notes taped here. I wish you could see this. Like, I am like an old flip chart person because I love writing. We need to give ourselves credit for the struggle, because there's so many times that you're just like, oh, I want the results and I want it now. And we don't give ourselves how much time, effort, and tears and frustration that we put into getting our wants, our needs. But mindset starts with two different things. There's a fixed and a growth. Honey, let me tell you, I wish I can go back to 6-year-old me, because I think I started playing sports at 7. So 6-year-old me was like free and running around the yard. Like, I grew up where we had lots of land, and we could just run with the dogs and play in the dirt, and being like a typical outdoor kid with like no shoes on. It was free and exploring and climbing in trees and doing all these things and learning, like, you put your hand near bees, that's a bad thing. Like, you can't disturb this, and like building forts and all this stuff. Like, as a kid, we're so exploring. That is a growth mindset. We, as a young child, are absorbing all the things around us. That's why parents say, watch what you're saying, because the kids are listening. It is so true, because as children, we want to know everything. We believe. We have that magical spirit about us because we believe in us. We believe the magic. As adults, we've become into this self-preservation. Like, okay, but if I climb a tree, I might fall and break a leg. If I climb a tree, I might get hurt. It's all about if this happens, when this happens. Like, you don't believe in your abilities anymore. And I call it the hamster wheel of death. And if you were on my live today, I talked about this. The hamster wheel of death is when we're a hamster and we're in that wheel. Do you ever see a hamster in a wheel and that thing is running and it's running like hell? And I'm like, man, how does that thing do that? And eventually it gets so tired and it starts like spinning around like this until it like slows down, and then it starts doing it again. So this hamster wheel is a fixed mindset, because we believe as this hamster that we're just running, that things are going to change. It's not going to change. You need to do something to get off that wheel. Either you need to fall off of it, see something outside the tank, and be like, pew, jump. Like something. We need to get off that hamster wheel. So a fixed mindset is mostly us as adults, because we already graduated college. Many are married or not. We're in the corporate world doing what we need to do. We get up in the morning, we go to work, we work really hard, we come home, we eat dinner, we go to bed, and we do this over and over and over for years. And we become very static, and we don't change anything. It's to the point that I realized this when I would drive to work, I wouldn't even remember driving to work because it was so routine. Scary when you're in a car and you don't remember driving 20 miles to work, and you're like, whoa, like something needs to change. Building that growth mindset starts with a few different things. These are my 3 simple ways that I like to help people. Yes, Debbie, yes. These are 3 simple ways that I like to help my clients start building a growth mindset. 1, start acknowledging your weaknesses. Sounds harsh, but on the other hand, we need to understand areas that we are struggling. If you know that you're not good at time management, honey, get a planner. Get a timer, get something for you to get organized. Everybody's different. Everybody plans differently. Everybody's organized differently. I am a planner. If I don't plan, I feel like my world will fall apart because this is a pun, I guess, I visually need to see everything in a day and how things are doing. And I was like, cool, like I had a great day because I got this done, I did my post, I did my live, I met with my clients, I did this, I paid the bills, I cleaned the house. Like I was like, wow, this is a pretty awesome day. I is acknowledging things I'm good at. But on the other hand, we need to understand, like, if we're not good at something, what is it? And for me, I give my example all the time. I don't cook. I mean, I cook. I'm not a gourmet cook. And I wish I was. And I thought about going to cooking classes and doing all these things, and the pandemic happened, and I was like, oh, it'd be fun to like whip up some kind of souffle or make something rad. Like we like to grill, and I make some chicken. I make some mean burgers, but like, I wish I could cook. I know that's a weakness of mine. Like I still make nutritious things for my husband so we don't die. Thumbs up. But I know that's a weakness. So whatever your weaknesses are, write them on a piece of paper. Write a list of like things I'm good at, things I want to be better at. Awesome. Acknowledge that. Number 2, this is my favorite one. Challenges are meant to help us grow. We need to see a challenge as an opportunity for growth. And we think of challenges as somebody's trying to test us. When your boss gives you some extra work, you're like, it's because that bitch in billing didn't get her shit done. Now I have to do this. Yeah, we can think like that. But on the other hand, you know what? If I just focus on what I need to get done, and if I need to do this, awesome, boom. Maybe the boss will be like, wow, Jenny's really good at doing this. Maybe the bitch in billing needs to leave. Like, we can't view challenges as demoralizing. We can view them as a way of growth. My whole life was a challenge. It was like, when a doctor told me, you'll never be able to play sports because you won't have that eye-hand coordination. Honey, watch me. I'm going to make you a scrapbook, and I'm going to tell you how good I'm going to be at sports because I'm stubborn, and I'm going to do this anyways. When I'm challenged, I'm going to figure out the best way I can do it in the best way that Jenny knows how to do it. Every one of us do things very differently, and that's what's important. Your growth plan is different than my growth plan is different from Susie's growth plan. So when we view this challenge, we need to understand that it's okay that maybe we fail the first time. Failure is not a bad thing. Oh, I wish I could get that through everybody's head. This is something my dad taught me as a young child. And sometimes I was like, maybe he just said it to me because I was doing it a lot. But he would always say, babe, you didn't fail. You just produced an outcome that you weren't anticipating. Man, he's such a wise dude. My dad's 78 years old, and he is snappy. He's still snappy. I love him. But I know now that I'm older, and I was like, wow, man, he really knew what he was talking about, because now I know when you do something and you're like, ooh, I didn't like that result, we're not going to go down that path again. We're going to try something over here. It's not failing, it's learning. Number 3 is focusing on the process versus the results. I touched on this just a few minutes ago. We're so programmed as humans to be like, I need to get here. I need to win this. I need to be the boss. I need to make the money. I need. But we're not doing the process. You're skipping steps 2, 3, and 4 to get to 5. Well, that's a hell of a jump. We need to take one step at a time in order to focus on us, the process, because you're going to enjoy the process a lot more to get that result. So when you do get that result, it's more rewarding. Plus, when you learn the process, you become more familiar with the process. It's easier for the next time you have to do it and be like, oh, I remembered when I had to do that. I did X, Y, and Z. Oh yeah, that's easy. So therefore, when you have to do something, it's going to be quicker and faster that you're going to do this. The second thing that I want to talk about is being proactive and reactive. We live in a reactive lifestyle. And when I say reactive, and I am very guilty of this as well, like even though that I'm a planner and planner queen, I'll open up my planner. I was like, cool, Tuesday, boom, 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 write all my stuff on Tuesday. When you only live one day at a time, that is being reactive because you are not forward thinking into tomorrow, the weekend, next week. You're not being excited about goals that you can achieve in days, weeks, months, or years, because we're so focused on the here and now versus what can happen in the future. Being reactive is sort of like being in a fixed mindset. We're fixed on the day. And don't get me wrong, there are times, moments that we need to be fixed on a day just to get through the day. I'm dealing with that right now. If you've been following along and you know me for a little bit, my mom was just recently diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Devastating is a good word for it. It's been about 60 days and we're like, cool, we made it through one round of chemo and got some blood work back and it wasn't good. So more testing, new process, maybe pivoting in a different direction. It's hard, it's hard to be proactive when you're having a crisis. I get it. But on the other hand, we still need to be proactive in a crisis and be like, okay, cool, if something does happen, like, how do we handle this? So even though now I'm being very reactive and being like, okay, mom had her appointment today at 3, she has CT scan, she had this, and we have a doctor's appointment on Friday, like, I'm having all these things, I'm learning this experience now, so if something like this happens in the future, like, I'm gonna know what to do and I'm gonna be handling the issue a little bit better. So being proactive is a great way to be a little bit more futuristic, have that mind open to goals and aspirations that you want to do. Goals and aspirations are always something that we love to achieve. We love to be, entertain that 6-year-old side of us. And that's why I came up with these 5 simple mind hacks. And if you're in my sisterhood, so Cammie, you heard these already, and I love this. The 5 simple mind hacks are just easy, simple things that we can do. So get a piece of paper, write these down. Number 1, live in the moment. Yes, it sounds like a very fixed mindset, but sometimes when shit hits the fan, you need to take that moment, take a second, look around, enjoy the birds. I have a beautiful big window in my office and I like to swivel my chair around and look outside and look at the trees and the sunset and the mountains and just take it in, because we live such a busy lifestyle that we forget to take it in. And that we look forward to vacations because that's where we can relax. But you can relax during the day. It's 5 minutes. 5 minutes, walk away from your desk, go to the water cooler, go in the bathroom, go outside. Just say you forgot something in your car. Who's done that? I have. I fell asleep in a bathroom once. That's a different story. Girl, I got stories to tell you. But enjoy the little things. Live in the moment. Number 2, connect with your inner self. Connect with your soul, your mind, body, and soul. We forget to spend a moment, take some time, and really connect with ourselves. Our body is screaming for attention, and what do? My knee hurts. What do? Take ibuprofen. It'll go away. Take some ibuprofen, stretch a little bit. I'll be fine. My body's screaming because it says, girl, you've been sitting in that damn chair too long. Take a spin around the block. Go outside, play with the dog, get out of the office. Your body's telling you what it needs. You need to listen to it. You need to listen to it. That's the interesting part, because we don't tune in to listen to what our body's telling us. Super guilty of this. I'm guilty of every one of these things. It's terrible. Number 3, embrace the positivity of life. Smile more, laugh more. One of my coaches is Joseph McClendon III, and absolutely love him. Fell in love with him when I went to UPW with Tony Robbins. And he's a neuropsychologist. And what is so interesting about him, and this is super true, is if you put a smile on your face and you're laughing, you mentally and physically and emotionally cannot be angry, because this doesn't compute when you're happy, when you are smiling and you're looking at yourself like I'm looking at myself right now, and I'm smiling and I'm happy, I'm having a good time. I'm exuding this positive vibe because that's what's going on. I can't think, okay, Cam, hold on. You can't be angry when your body is physically smiling. So I always tell you, put a smile on your face. Yeah. Absolutely. I love that, Allie. That's amazing. So when we are smiling and we are emotionally, physically happy, our brain can't be angry. It doesn't compute like that. So that's why I said enjoy the positive, embrace the positivity, because we need that. We need to absorb that into our daily life. I need to drink some water. Hold on a second. Cammie, did you get that? If not, I'll explain it to you in WhatsApp later. Number 4, enjoy the moments. This is kind of like number 1, but enjoy the moments. I am dealing with my mom and the pancreatic cancer, and I'm like, holy shit, this could be very detrimental super fast. Or this could be a thing that we just kind of deal with. But it makes you realize that we need to live in the now, enjoy the moments of my mom being happy, of being able to walk around a little bit and go outside and have fun. Enjoy the moments, because those moments we can't get back. That's the interesting part. I don't want you to go through something detrimental for you to enjoy life. I lived 40 years of corporate craziness, beat myself in the ground to impress other people, that I realized that I need to impress myself. That's the hardest lesson to learn. Like, you will never impress other people because half the time they're not happy with themselves. How can you impress somebody that doesn't even like themselves? That's a hard lesson to learn. And the last one, the hardest to do out of all of them, is release what no longer serves you. How many times have you heard somebody say that? And if you didn't, let me tell you, release what no longer serves you. Anger, anxiety, depression, where they say depression is living in the past and anxiety is living in the future. Yes, we will still experience these emotions. Yes, this is very human of us. Yes, this is normal thought process. I give ourselves permission, and this is something, you know, you can learn from Mel Robbins, is give yourself permission to feel these feels, live in it for 10 seconds, 90 seconds, do whatever, and be like, okay, it's done. I can't do anything about it. It's time to move on. Release that. I can't fix it. I can't do anything about it. I can only do with what the information that I have. You gotta let it go. And if you don't know how to let it go, talk to somebody. Talk to a friend, a parent. Girl, you can talk to me. I can help you process this and point you in different directions. Creating a mindset is super important for us to grow. We need to create this plan, do, think, act kind of thing. Creating a plan is super important to achieve a positive mindset. We need to look at what we want, understand our desires and our needs, and start growing towards it. And when I say start growing towards it, it's not going to happen overnight. I mean, who got sucked into those diet pills? I mean, who got sucked into like all these crazy things on TV? I was like, why are they on it like 2 o'clock in the morning? It's because those people who don't sleep watch them and be like, yes, I definitely need this. No, you don't need that. Like, no. But Cami, that's hilarious. So true, right? So we need to create a plan, and how to start creating a plan is identifying what we want to achieve. If you wanted to achieve health and wellness, you want to achieve weight loss, if you want to achieve mental stability, if you want to achieve a new career, we need to start with your why. Why we're doing this, what we're doing, how we're going to get there. That's important. That's the thing on the top of the paper. The second thing we're going to write down is, how am I going to achieve this? What are the steps? What do I need to change in me to achieve this? Because if I didn't have this yet, why didn't I get it yet? It's because this current behavior of me is not working for me to achieve whatever I want to achieve. So maybe we need to pivot somewhere. Maybe we need to explore different things. Maybe we need to take some scary steps. Maybe we need to build our confidence. Maybe we need to say no to certain things so we can say yes to ourselves. And the last one is actually doing the plan, is taking that massive action and being like, okay, cool, I want to work on my health and wellness. I want to lose, I mean, who doesn't want to lose the last 5-10 pounds? That'd be freaking amazing. Like, what am I going to do that? What steps am I going to do? Okay, cool. Like, I tightened up my diet. I'm working with my nutritionist and my diet doctor. I'm doing my fitness. I'm like, okay, cool. Maybe my fitness, I can change it up a little bit instead of like biking and rowing, because right here is my rower and my bike is over here and all my fitness equipment over there. I'm like, cool. Like, maybe I need to do some more weights versus cardio. So I need to like change it up. Like, maybe instead of eating too much cheese, because somebody likes cheese and peanut butter, you know, maybe I reduce that and eat some more greens. Like, you should always eat the rainbow on your plate. Make sure that your plate doesn't look brown. Have some colors in there, you know. That's my plan. Create a plan. And then the hardest part of the plan is sticking to it. Sticking to that plan, girl. It's no lie. So life is super precious, and as I realized this as a young child, being, you know, the person that I am, and being partially blind and having to deal with doctors poking and prodding you since a little kid, that, you know, life has been a different outlook for me. And I learned at a super young age that embracing who you are and being who you are is important. And it's okay to be different. I'm different. I'm 6'3". I call my hair. She has a personality. Her name is Mufasa. Look, she barely fits in the screen right now. Like, What's going on? Half the time it's in a nun bun, and my husband hates it. So, because this is very hot, and it needs a haircut. But life is precious. Manage your time. Figure out what you need, your wants, needs, and desires. Live life with purpose. What is your purpose? What is your passion? If you're not living life with purpose or passion, it's time to figure out what that is. It's time to, oh, hold on a second. It's, okay, what's up all, I just updated my phone and now all these things are popping up. It's time to find out what that purpose and passion is. And sometimes you just need to brainstorm, write those ideas. I call it a brain dump, and I do a brain dump every morning where I write to have my journal, or not, it's my planner, and on the other side is a blank piece of paper, and I brain dump. And brain dump is when you just write everything that's coming out of your brain. Okay, like, I need to make a vet appointment for Tessa, I need to take my medicine, I need to do this, and like, just things all over the paper. And I'm like, okay, cool, because once I get those things out of my brain, it's making space for new growth, new opportunity. Because now in here, it's not stored to say, I need to call the vet, because now it's gone. Like, there's space in here for me to do something. Always live life with some kind of purpose, some kind of passion, whatever your passion is. If it's cats, if it's knitting, whatever it is, live it, enjoy it, make it a hobby, make it a side hustle, make it a something. You never know, because there's people out there that admire you for who you are. And I learned that quickly as a coach, that people will be like, wow, you're blind and you ride a bike? You're pretty funny. And I'm like, yeah, funny looking. Like, you gotta be you, and always laugh, always enjoy life every day, because you just don't know what tomorrow brings. It could be amazing, it could be scary as hell, you don't know. That is what is so exciting. Okay, what is it? Okay, so you read books. Who said that? Can I do? Oh, Cammie. Okay, cool. Reading is awesome. That's something I don't do very well. I'm an audiobook girl, obviously, because reading for me takes me forever. So I love my audiobooks. Brain dumping is awesome. Brain dump, talked about, see, it's the therapist side of me. Your therapist and I are like this now. We're like homies. Someone today asked me if I am. Aw, Marianne, I know what you're passionate about, girl. You and Cammie need to get together. I think you two would have a great conversation. You're like the Hardy girls. So, in a nutshell, because I want to sum this up, I want to keep it at 45 minutes, which I'm doing pretty good. I got 2 more minutes. So, it comes, what's that? Oh, it's like the Hardy Boys, but like 2 chicks. So it comes down to a few things. How are you going to take a massive action to change your mindset into a growth mindset? Growth is all about moving forward, following that passion, that purpose in life. There's a few ways to do it. 1, struggle. On a struggle bus, girl, I'm always on the struggle bus, because I'm always learning and growing. I'm always failing, learning, trying new things. But you know what? You don't need to be on that struggle bus. Find help. Ask a coach, ask a therapist, ask a friend, phone a friend. What's that from, like, Who Wants to Be a Millionaire, when you like, phone a friend? Phone a friend. Ask for some help. I can help you in a few different ways. So I'm just gonna make this short and snappy. I have a beautiful goddess sisterhood. I have a couple of my sisters in here tonight, which I absolutely adore you. So thank you so much for being here and supporting me. Goddess Sisterhood is one of my dreams, because this is something that I needed and I wanted as a 20-year-old kid. I needed somebody to lean into and ask questions, and somebody help me with my own personal growth, because I needed it. I needed somebody to support me. I needed somebody to point me in the right direction. I needed somebody to ask them the dumb questions and not be afraid. That's what I love about the sisterhood. My sisters in there are awesome. They've been super supportive of me with my mom's cancer, and I absolutely appreciate everybody in there through and through. You truly are my sisters, and I love it. I teach every Monday a lesson about personal growth. So the month of September is all about self-care September. So we worked on clarity, finding clarity. What is clarity? What does it mean? What happens if you get stuck? Like clarity. So every Monday I teach. Wednesday I drop a little bolt of knowledge in there for somebody to watch a video. And then Friday is all about Q&As. Friday's a little bit lighthearted because you know what? We had a rough week and we could use some laughter. And I started all over again. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I teach. I usually have a guest speaker. This week we're having a pro cyclist come in, a good friend of mine. She's coming in to talk to us about her journey from struggle bus to Stanford row coach to professional cyclist to a baker. Like, what a journey. Super awesome. I love to bring women into this group who are powerful and badass. And then we have our monthly chitty chats, and our monthly chitty chats is when we all get together. We are on Zoom, we are drinking our hot toddies, we are just having a good time, and we just catch up with each other. It's like being with the girls at the bar. We laugh and have a good time, and I absolutely love it because it's nice seeing each other. That is the sisterhood. If you are interested in it, I'm going to put a whole bunch of links after this, and you can click on them to read about it. What is new and exciting is my Mindset Spark, the Mental Fitness Academy. That's right, girl. Something new and exciting for you. It is 5 weeks, 35 days of training. And don't be scared because it says Mental Fitness Academy. It is all about mindset. It's about mindset and confidence. And I just wanted to have something that I can help people get that quick hit of inspiration and get you moving in the right direction. So each week we have a live one-on-one coaching call. It's about up to 90 minutes depending on what you want to work on. But there is some structure to it. SPARK stands for something. S is for simplify your why. P is all about finding that purpose. Girl, purpose for life. A is about that action plan. What are you doing? Taking massive action now. R is regaining that confident, badass goddess that you are. And K is knowledge is power, because it's all about regaining, rebuilding that confidence, rebuilding the personal power in you. So it's going from fear, frustrated, and anxious into this beautiful, confident woman that you are meant to be. So that is another thing that's coming out in October. Right now I have a wait list, so I'm so excited for everybody who's signed up for the wait list. So check it out. If you are interested in doing that, please hit the wait list button. And if you are ready to hit it now, you can definitely click it. You can see the prices on there as well, and we can get you started in about a week or two, like in a couple weeks into November or October. So, all right, ladies, I love you all. This has been a lot, and I kept it around 45 minutes, which I wanted. I hope this all makes sense. Mindset and growth go hand in hand. You need to have a positive mindset in order to learn and grow and be the best version of yourself. My job as a coach, I am a personal growth coach, is to help women achieve greatness. Simple as that. Because you know what? We all don't need to be on that struggle bus, because girl, I've been driving beep beep that struggle bus for years, and it's time for us to get off the bus and start driving our cars. So, well, thank you so much, beautiful. I love you so much. Oh, such beautiful comments. You ladies are amazing. So I am going to sign off for now. Like I said, I will have some links above that you can click on. One thing, definitely click on the free offers. There's some free things out there that I have that are secret little gems that no one knows about. So I'm telling you now, so go on the website where it says website and offers. Click on that, scroll down, you might see some free things that you would want to have. And also I have a free community WhatsApp group. Not only does my sisterhood have their own private WhatsApp community, I have a public community WhatsApp coaching group. So I have a link there as well. So if you are interested in going to the public group, girl, sign up, because you can hear me spitfire some good stuff in the morning just to get your mindset moving in the right direction. So have a beautiful evening. Love you all, and I hope to see you in the memberships.